workplace. And my second guest for today is Miss Helen Brown, who is the owner and operator of Helena's Daycare Group Center in Nashville, Tennessee. And let me welcome you to Black Pulse, Mrs. Brown. Mrs. Brown, we've talked about some aspects of the importance of daycare in the workplace today. And as an owner and operator of a daycare facility in Nashville for many years, perhaps you would like to give us some information in reference to the kinds of changes that you've seen since you first entered the area.
James, since I have been in the daycare business, I have seen several changes. It has now become a national issue. We are now regulated and licensed by the State Department, as your previous guest iterated. And we have activities which are planned for the children over a period of less than 24 hours in a day. And we provide care for infants from 6 months on up to 5 years of age. And also the prices have changed, and the demands have definitely changed because more women are entering the workforce.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's one of the areas in terms of daycare providers, whether or not they are receiving adequate compensation. And I would imagine that over the period you've seen the changes from one minimum wage to another minimum wage. Perhaps you can give us some information in reference to that aspect.
We definitely have seen changes. Daycare used to, I think we used to receive something like maybe $1 a day, but now it has gone up to somewhere maybe about $10 to $11 a day. It all depends on what setting you have your child in and who is providing the care. In daycare homes, the most that we are charging, I think, is at least $50 to $55 per week.
Now, yours is an independent establishment, is it not?
That's right. It's privately owned.
Now, when you say that you are part of a group daycare facility, what does that mean?
A group of daycare entails there are 7 to 12 children with 2 providers, at least 2 providers at all times, and adult supervision.
And so that's when we talk about group daycare, we're identifying a specific kind of daycare. Now, do you operate within the framework of receiving aid or assistance from the government, and if so, how does that come about?
Sometimes I contract for, from the State Department of Human Services to provide care for a certain number of children. It's called vendor care, and we are reimbursed for our services.
Do you think that the compensation is adequate for the kinds of needs that you have?
No.
And if not, why do you think that they're...
No, I do not think that that is adequate for the services that we provide, because we are taking the place of the mother, and we are providing meals for these children. We're providing activities and equipment for these children, and we are supervising these children at least something like 10 hours per day. And I really don't think that we will ever be adequately reimbursed for that type of service.
Very good. Now, exactly what are some of the areas, group areas or age areas that your facility will deal with, Ms. Brown?
Within the family and group daycare, you can provide care for at least 1 infant, and the rest would be 3 to 5 years of age.
And so you have infants as well as...
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Now, what are some of the peculiar problems that are generally associated with infant child care?
The infant care is more critical because of the age of the child. You have to have the 3rd adult there if you have 9 children and all of them are under 3 years of age. The 3rd adult needs to be present in the home. But if you have less than that, you can at least have 2. You have to have special equipment such as high chairs, cribs, beds, special toys for them to play with. You have to have 30 square feet per child so he can have room to move around. And those are critical needs.
And so in infant care is really one of the most costly areas of child care, and not only in terms of equipment, but also in terms of facility. Now, what about the cost in terms of infant care? Do you think that that you're being adequately compensated for the kind of work that you're doing in that area now? We raise that question because the purpose of the child care federal bill is to provide $54 million in these areas, and we're simply concerned about your attitude about that.
Looking at the cost of care, I would say that we're not adequately reimbursed, but we have to make do. We have to buy secondhand equipment and just make do with what we do have.
Now, what impact has the daycare, I mean Head Start? I think Head Start is also a part of the effort quite recently on the part of the government to deal with youngsters in the same daycare age category. What impact has that facility had upon what you do? Has it helped you? Has it provided some kind of assistance or what?
No, Head Start is different from what we do. We get the children ready, hopefully, to go to Head Start. If we get the child early enough, we do have a structured type program, or at least I do have a structured type program. We get them ready to go to Head Start and to start doing those type of activities that are expected of them in the kindergarten, at the kindergarten age. We also help with their developmental aspect of the child and getting them ready to form their letters and to recognize their letters and numbers and things.
And so in a real sense, your preschool daycare setup would sort of help lead children into what is called Head Start. Now, what are the age levels on Head Start as a program? 5,
I believe, to 6, because they're going to kindergarten. Now, the first grade is 6.
And so infant care would be anywhere from...
well, infant care is from 6 months to the year, and then the toddlers 2 to 3.
Now, what about some of the situations that we've often heard about in terms of daycare, of the need for different hours, alternative hours? Not all mothers, for example, work from 8 to 5. Now, what are some of your thoughts in reference to that?
There is a need for overnight care because some persons do have jobs 3 to 11, 11 to 7. There's overnight care that is needed. There's weekend care that is needed. And some of the providers are now beginning to offer weekend care. I don't myself, but that is becoming more of an issue.
Okay, finally, Ms. Brown, if you had it to do all over again, would you enter back into child care from a career, professional point of view, as well as from a philosophical or a mental point of view?
Yes, I would, because I happen to love children and I do enjoy seeing them develop.
Now, how large is your facility?
I am allowed 12 children.
Very good. And you're located in Nashville?
That's right.
Very good. Very good. And let me thank you, as well as the other members of our panel, for coming by and talking about that aspect of child care today. And we'll be back with you following this commercial break.